Well, the summer has been saved by Hero Academia getting a new two-part OVA. Hey, this is Rex Raptor, and yes, let's go ahead and discuss this new OVA. Now, this apparently was released in Hulu Japan, but it was announced a little more recently that we would be getting it here in the US through streaming services the same day. So let's go ahead and discuss it. I thought it was pretty neat. The title is Make It Do or Die Survival Training. And, on one hand, it makes sense, with OVAs, basically every other Hero Academia OVA. Well, okay, the first two were training exercises as well. The third one was different, but this one, it makes a little more sense that it is yet another training exercise. Since, it's two parts and I'm discussing two parts at once, and it's not really anything too significant for like the overall plot of Hero Academia, I'll kind of be discussing it and reviewing it a little like I do with movies, rather than like episode reviews. But when the anime comes back, I'll probably get to that. So this one, again, has our heroes taking or training, right, for their provisional licenses, because this does take place before the provisional license exam, so it's a training exercise. And the episode has our heroes, or the class 1A, split into two teams, and of course the team that we follow for the episode, half of the class, is all the more popular characters, of course. Midoriya, Uraraka, Asui, Ida, Yaroza, let's see, that's 5, Kaminari, Bakugo, Kirishima, Todoroki, and Tokoyami. I got them all. So, of course, these characters are, like I said, some of the more popular characters in the series. And, on one hand, because they're split up into teams, right? Because what they have to do is rescue a dummy that's supposed to be a citizen inside an underground mall where there was a disaster, all of that stuff. They're split up into teams, and the thing is, a lot of the teams that they're split up into are like pairings that we've seen, or teams that we've seen. For one thing, Deku is with Uraraka and Asui, so he's already interacted with them. And again, later on we do get some, I guess, shipping fuel or shipping fodder. And again, as if we hadn't already got that in the series. And of course, Bakugo is with Kaminari and Kirishima, which again is a group that we see a lot. We often see all together just in the series. I guess the only ones that were more interesting is Tokoyami and Todoroki. I'm sorry, Todoroki and Tokoyami. And it is kind of interesting, and it makes some more sense for them to be paired up because it's underground and there's low light. It's only running on emergency lighting. Tokoyami is susceptible to losing control of dark shadow, so Todoroki can keep him at bay with his flames, which again, that's how he beat him in the sports festival. So that's an interesting pairing, getting to see them together. Of course, Ida and Yaroza are together. However, Ida gets injured relatively early on when there's like some first rubble collapsing. And so he's out for most of it. He's just kind of not in it. But, on one hand, after there's a collapse underground, then it kind of turns into even more of like a legitimate rescue mission because, again, Ida is injured. And a lot of the characters are wondering kind of like, we have to get out of here. But a lot of them are kind of thinking, maybe this part of the training. Later, Aizawa states that it's something along the lines of an expected challenge or something like that. Maybe whether or not he planned it, I think, it was an expected challenge. So, of course, he leaves them all to their own devices to get out by themselves. Of course, Bakugo decides that he still wants to save the dummy or complete the training exercise because, again, I think like all of this was just part of it. It just shows that they'd be able to rescue the citizen, get everybody out alive, and navigate this and that. Because, there are a lot of challenges that they do have to face. Episode 1 does a lot of setting things up. Episode 2 gets a little better with everything coming to a conclusion. Again, it is kind of odd. And, like, as a whole, it's nice and it's fine. Again, there are some good moments, I think, especially with Bakugo, because, I'm of the belief that Bakugo is one of the most competent heroes in the show, one of the most competent characters, and he has a potential to be, a top hero. It's just his attitude. But, he's still extremely skilled, very quick-witted as well, and we see that also in this episode with how he's thinking and how he decides to, still want to save the hero. Of course, he has Kaminari with him to recharge the batteries, to bring the emergency lights back on for everybody. And again, at one point when he's being asked, when Kaminari says something along the lines of, "Oh, you're still gonna try to rescue the dummy," and he responds with, "It's what All Might would do." And again, as he continues speaking, he says, "Oh, I can't. If All Might could do it, then surely I could do it. But you know inside he's got a heart of gold, honestly. So that was neat. Again, I think it was mostly with him, and it's a great moment also because later on when they end up getting Ida out of there safely, Deku decides to stay back to make sure everyone else is all right, make sure everyone else gets out safely, and so at one point the bottom floor starts flooding and everyone has to get out of there, and Todoroki kind of stays behind to freeze it and to try and make sure it doesn't try to keep the water at bay. But of course, Bakugo stays behind because he knows that's not exactly going to hold it, but he wants to make sure that Todoroki gets out safely as well. And so he devises a plan, and at the same time, Deku figures out Bakugo's plan. So, they're friends. Whether they want to admit it or not, they're friends, and they know each other. So that was just neat to see that as well. But either way, everybody makes it out okay. They complete their training exercise, and again, this kind of being, I guess, a prequel or set between, season 3, or actually, yeah, before season 3, or part of I think it's, again, before the provisional license exam. It's fine. It's fine for what it is. Again, being an OVA, if it's more Hero Academia, then that's cool. Again, the only thing is it's set before, it's set a while ago. Kind of, we're already at a point where we're with the new storyline, basically. But, so there's a lot of, I can't even really put it into words. Basically, I enjoyed it. It was fine. It's a good watch, but is it amazing? No. But I mean, for me personally, I liked seeing more Hero Academia, and in a way, kind of is able to hold me over a little until we get season 5. But it's nothing too big, nothing too deep. It's just more characters. Again, the only thing is, there wasn't a whole lot of new that we saw. There wasn't a whole lot of high stakes that we saw. We knew everyone was going to get out of there. But there were still some good scenes here and there. One thing I didn't like, though, is, when the first, there's the first quakes and everything kind of starts going south, we're only following Deku's group, and then, we catch up with everyone else, and we just kind of get little stills. It's oh, it's great that you did this. It's great that you used your ice to stop the rubble from falling on me, or, oh, it's great that Bakugo blasted the rock so that into smaller pieces, and it's why couldn't we just see that? Overall, it's fine. It's pretty nice, but let me know what you think. Did you enjoy it? What would you like to see going forward? You excited for season 5? And if we get more OVAs, what's something you'd like to see? Because if we get yet another training exercise for an OVA, I really don't know. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was fun. And if you'd like to see me review season 5 episodes when they start airing again, let me know as well in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for all your support as of late, as I've started making more anime review stuff, especially with Yu-Gi-Oh! But yeah, if you enjoyed the content, leave a like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. You can enable notifications by clicking that bell icon next to the subscribe button. This will make sure you see each new video as it comes out. It'll make it go plus ultra and all that. Smash Detroit, smash that like button. Yeah, I can Hero Academia YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, this has been Rex Raptor. Have a nice day.